Today on Running to Him, worshiping the creature rather than the Creator results in foolishness. Well, if you're joining us in going through the Pauline letters, today's reading is Romans chapter 1, verses 18 through 32, and we'll concentrate on verses 21 through 23. Well, Romans 1, 20 through 23 says this: For since the creation of the world, His invisible things are clearly seen. They are perceived through creative things, and even His everlasting power and divinity, so that they may be without excuse. Because knowing God, they did not glorify Him as God or give Him thanks. Instead, they became vain in their reasoning, and their senseless hearts were darkened. Thinking themselves to be wise, they became fools, and they exchanged the glory of the incorruptible God for the likeness of an image of corruptible man, of birds, of four-footed animals, and creeping things. Well, I wish there were a pithy cliche or saying to describe what mankind has become, and I've tried several iterations of some in my mind, but the best I can come up with is that those top thinkers in the world today are just frankly dumber than dirt. I've used the Eastern Orthodox translation of the reading today because of one word, and that word is nothing, and it's found in verse 21. Now, in most English translation, the verb to know, which is what the verb is generally translated as, is translated as a simple past tense. And this simple past tense translation is a common practice for the Greek aorist tense of the verb, but I believe that it could also be translated not as a simple past, but as a participle in a present tense, because God is continually showing them His glory. And they always recognize that power. They just ignore it. Now, I struggled with some parts of biology in high school. I couldn't get my mind around what they were teaching about evolution. I had the dubious distinction and pleasure of taking the class 3 times. I was finally passed with a D so that they wouldn't see me again. And when I became a Christian, I finally understood why I struggled so much. It wasn't that I was dumb. I just realized the truth that all those people ignored. Well, today we're finally seeing the result of God's giving mankind over to their desires. The world has become wrapped up so much in foolishness that they no longer even recognize that truth, which is right before them. They've gotten to the point that they believe that they are God and that what they say should be taken as truth, even if that truth changes in the next few days. Now, we as a nation have become masters at what George Orwell called doublethink, which was part of Newspeak. These two concepts of thinking and language take something which is patently false and through manipulation makes it true. Now, for example, there are now colleges that are racially separating people to achieve integration. Some deny biological truth to declare that a man can become pregnant. These are just two examples that show the foolishness of man's thinking. So let's be honest with each other and declare that which is true, true. Truth that which is not true, we need to call false. And let's not say things like your truth and just accept reality as reality. A simple belief in God will clarify each of the world's ills and bring us to clarity and truth. Thank you for listening. We pray that today's devotion was meaningful to you. We would love to hear from you. If you listen to us on Facebook or YouTube, please like, subscribe, share, and tell others about us. You can always email us at phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.